There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway from the Superdome. And this opening kickoff will not even reach the landing zone. It hits short of the 20, so that's going to move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Up the middle, Jones. And early, how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield?
A gain of 12 yards. And the Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing to start here is Tua. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. And inside give to Jones. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Number 6 brings up second and 4.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a second and 4. Looking to pass. Tua. Now he's going to step up and run. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Aaron Jones, 32 yards. And the Cardinals are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick
Following
off.
the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Play action. Stafford. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
For the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
60.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Christian Benford on the stop. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Set. 180. 7. 0. Tonight.
From the gun, here's Stafford. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Hey, Red.
Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
At the 29-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
180.
A running play. It's Dowdle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
The tackle by
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
A gain of a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9.
Easy. Alert.
Well, Stafford on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Stafford. And that is too far out in front of his intended target, incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it to the post for 3 points. Game on.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now Tua. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete as well.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt at 49. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. First and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the... ...21-yard line. Stuck for a loss by the safety, Antoine Winfield Jr.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Red 80.
To throw is Stafford. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Here's Stafford. Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Lady. Hey. 32. 40 got.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Over the middle to Evans. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
If you're a fan of old-school physical football, that play was for you.
No doubt about it. That play was for anyone who likes football. He did everything properly on that one. Great contact, wrapped it up, unable to jar the ball free. The only disappointment on the play for him.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Here's Allen. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now Stafford. And he will find his man on the outside. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
260! Hey, easy! 11! Kill! Wide! Turn up! Get wide! Kill! Turn up!
Now it's Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. He'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at
Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
180!
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
280! 59!
Throwing is Stafford. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is now 10-7.
Saints 10, Cardinals 7.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now?
And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Looking to put a drive together. After the interception, here's Stafford. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
And now Stafford's going to move him around.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Stafford now to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Mike Evans, 52 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. There aren't any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And this one over the back line of the end zone, where they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you use your hands.
40-yard line.
On play action, here's Tua. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Saints will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
20!
Here's Stanford. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Set! Waiting!
Out of the gun, Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Stafford. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Move to 20.
Again, it's Stafford.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw again.
Pass on a crossing route is complete. This is Andrews.
Well, partner, he just surpassed 60,000 career passing yards. I remember when you and I were there when he hit 50, now 60. Where does this stop?
I don't know where it stops, but how did we even calculate this one, right? Long division? New math? Use an abacus?
I trusted you. You're smarter than I am.
My calculator shorted out on this one. 60,000 yards. Congratulations.
Man, has it been fun to track his career, and it continues. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run here with Dowdle.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Harris will score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Full connects on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Second and 10.
Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He finds Robinson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
Now Tua going to change the play.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Tua setting up shop to throw again.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he'll just get rid of it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Past the 20, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
The 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Tua going to throw. Looking for a slot man, and he's got it. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
Down at the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That was smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Justin Jefferson.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Cardinals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Going for the deep ball. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Cards are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
At their own 7-yard line.
The final shot before half. That's down the field for Jefferson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Chase McLaughlin set to
We'll see
off.
if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Allen hit. He lost the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they found a way to be successful with it.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. Ready. 280.
Back to throw, Stafford. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mike Evans. Already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Loose inside the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They run again to Dowdle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mark Andrews, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Saints take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Saints 38, Cardinals 14.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
At the 35-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. Open man is Ibuka. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Cardinals first down. A gain of 14.
From the gun, it's Tua.
Cardinals first down.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now Tua. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point of attack.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1. Just looking really... Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And the Cardinals have got it. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. Fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona.
here, Charles, I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Escapes the defender.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Now Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Stafford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's good for a Saints.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Throwing again is Stafford.
Pass complete there in the corner.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 12-yard line.
On the run, it's Dowdle.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Rico Dowdle.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Saints get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Now Fulton for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Saints 45, Cardinals 22.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, our coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 27 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
And it's third down.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will have the first down, but hold everything. A flag is down. This one might not stand. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hit.
Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
So in Saints territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Left side, he's got Robinson. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down from the 38 now. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
Emeka Egbuka
With his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Cardinals are able to cut into that deficit. Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there, maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
And he'll get in for the score, and that's going to cut the lead down to 13. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
20! One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Partner, so much for situational football because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the 4th quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Cards are right back in this football game. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick 6. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's good.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
On play action, here's Tua.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold,
They're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Tua going to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Off the play action. Tagovailoa. Now he's going to step up and run. And he wisely will throw that one away. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
This one brought in by Jefferson. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Hey, 21 TA.
Looking to pass. Tua. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Touchdown, Arizona.
Dalton Schultz, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals get a bit closer.
The kick is good.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball. Said, hey, you picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Ready? Hey, give me a radar. What are you hot?
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defense.
defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
On the play. It's now
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Off of play action, here's Stafford. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they're going to be set down around the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he stopped immediately there.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Ready?
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The Folks' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that, not just important to the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing Tua. That is incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
Tua.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
And he's got him the first down, but he's tackled inbounds up near midfield. There's first down.
Cardinals first down.
Now Tua.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. Probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
One final try for Tagovailoa. That's caught. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they aren't back within a single point here in the fourth. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponents.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one and one of our